you picked this team to win the Super Bowl before the season. I was going to ask you if that's still your
I don't think the Niners are going to win the Super Bowl. I feel like, they could run the table in the regular season. They don't have that many tough games left, but I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl. I think losing Mosley hurt big time. I guess, look, what could change that? Let me be optimistic here, not just write him off. If Verrett comes back and plays like Mosley, that's a game changer. If Armstead comes back, if Debo picks it up a little bit, if this new coaching staff gets it together, I mean, yeah, like look at the NFL. There's no great teams. All you got to do is be a little lucky, pretty much. You got to be kind of lucky. And if the Niners can win their division and not have to go, I think last year was tough. They had to go all those road games back to back to back. Week 18, they have 4 road games in a row. Mm-hmm. You're going to fall apart in the fourth quarter of one, I would imagine. So, look, I'm hard on the Niners. They're not a great team. There are no great teams in the NFL. There are none. And if there are any, they're in the AFC. So, you say the Niners haven't faced anyone. The Eagles haven't faced anyone. Their quarterback isn't playoff tested. You know what I'm saying? Nope. You don't know who's going to be healthy for them when the playoffs start. You have no idea. I mean, are the Niners getting healthier or worse? Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is probably we don't know. He might be Jimmy G level in the
playoffs.
Right.
We don't know.
Right.
We don't know. Yeah. I mean, he got benched in the national championship game in college. For 2. He got straight up benched at halftime. That was a big game.
Yep.
Now, did he win? He might have won a national championship too. I forget. I don't follow college football.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah.
I agree. I mean, I agree with your sentiments. I think that this team is not. And remember last year when they were gonna go on this run, and you and Jesse were talking about, does this team give you 2011 Giants vibes or 2007 Giants vibes?
Yeah.
They're very. I feel like the teams are very
because they ran the table on the road, right? Yeah,
right.
It's hard to do.
They're very similarly built. This team is very similar. It's built for playoffs. Kind of I feel like, I mean, the O line is not that good, but good D line, good run game. But the difference is really the coaching as far as if they were gonna go, do it. You know what I'm saying?
Also when you travel on the East Coast, as I've learned, everything's hella close. If you go from Pittsburgh to Baltimore, it's like an hour flight. On the West Coast, every flight is 2.5 hours minimum. Right. It's exhausting.
Yep.
It's exhausting. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
Anyway, yeah. So a couple of months ago, before I went to Charlotte, I went to a wedding in Albany, New York. I flew into New York, and then I had to leave New York City immediately and take the train up to Albany. That was cool. I mean, I had a good time in Albany, but I missed New York. It would have been nice. Right. You ever spend time in Albany?
I've been to Albany once. I mean, honestly, outside of the city, it's so bland. Going to these,
it's way different.
Yeah,
it felt like Massachusetts or something. Right. It's way different. Yep.
New York as a state in general is very, very. Yeah, it's not really.
It feels like New York is just the city. Once you get past the Bronx, it's that's not really New York anymore.
Yeah,
that's Yonkers.
Right. Yeah. And upstate, it's crazy. You'll go upstate. I mean, not to get political, but you'll go upstate and you'll see people with the Trump stickers, the Trump signs or whatever. Yeah.
What was crazy was, so after that, I went down to Charlotte, and then I drove up to West Virginia, and I was leaving West Virginia, and they had the Confederate flag just out and about.
Right.
It's we don't hang those anymore. It's 2022. It's Whoa. But it's but it's also West Virginia. No offense to people in West Virginia, but it's just, I guess the mentality there is hey man, no one's coming through here and policing us.
Right.
No, it's us. Yeah. So I was it's time to go.
Right. Kind of
anyway. Okay. Well, thanks guys. Good luck.